going into Philadelphia.
That would be
So what do you think? We'll say this before we even get into the Philadelphia. What do you think? Because it doesn't really. Who do you like? Just Saints or Vikings in Philadelphia? Who's got a better chance?
Something tells me the Saints would take it too, man. They were on fire. They won 7 games in a row towards the end of the season. Like you were saying, their defense was great. Mm-hmm. You have Drew Brees, one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time on the field.
Yeah, we were talking about those statistics the other day.
Yes, he's arguably the most accurate quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Going on the road to Philadelphia, man.
I agree.
Minnesota, I think they have just as good a opportunity to get to the Super Bowl and host the Super Bowl if they can do that.
Yeah, well, that's big.
But man, the Saints were on fire. That's why it was so huge for the Vikings to take that.
It was. The momentum's going to be heavy for Minnesota because Philadelphia played well, actually, they didn't. They didn't really play very well at all. They didn't commit a lot of mistakes.
Well, we'll get into that in a second. Let's just get into the recap of that game.
Let's go. All right. So, Minnesota moves on 29-24 over New Orleans. I'm sure everybody's heard about that game 150 times already. We're moving on. Philadelphia Eagles at home against the Atlanta Falcons, last year's NFC Super Bowl contender. Looking damn good coming into it as well. Hot defense. Run the ball, pass the ball. Literally everybody is pretty much pretty good, honestly, in the NFL playoffs this year. But at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles win 15-10 at home. Obviously, without Carson Wentz, I don't know if that needs to be even mentioned at this point. Nick Foles, the quarterback from back in the day, the quarterback who's been shipped around a little bit, commits no turnovers here and ends up winning a fucking football game against a good defense in the playoffs. Takes his team to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, he's one of the few quarterbacks that was playing into Week 17, just so he can continue to get some reps with his team.
Yeah, you're right.
And exactly, man. Looks like he could continue to use those reps. They only got 15 points on the week in the game. Granted, that's against another solid defense in the Falcons. Mm-hmm. But man, 15 points. We'll see if another performance similar to that will be good enough to go against Minnesota.
Man, I'm looking back at it too. I'm actually surprised Atlanta didn't win the game. I thought they played a better game. Statistically, it doesn't shape out that way. I just feel, first downs are pretty even. They didn't pass for as many yards. Other than that, it's pretty much equal. Atlanta had no turnovers. Actually,
the 2 turnovers that Atlanta committed were huge. That looks to be one of the bigger things.
Yeah, no, that was Philly's
Philadelphia
turnovers. Yeah.
So actually, you're right. I'm sorry.
I missed that one too. I don't know. This is a game where Atlanta actually just couldn't score in the fucking red zone. Look at they put 10 points up. Let's go back to the first quarter. They get a field goal with 5 minutes and 32 in the game, so they're up 3-0 to start the game. LeGarrette Blount scores a touchdown. They score a touchdown. They're up 10-7 in the second quarter with 1:50 left in the second quarter. They go or 10-9 actually because they committed a fucking safety. But
man, honestly, I feel like people are looking past this Philadelphia defense because if you think about it, that one touchdown that the Falcons even got, Matt Ryan was under heavy pressure from the Eagles defensive line.
Yeah,
that defense is smothering. They're fast.
They are.
They play with some tenacity.
They are, and they're playing a quarterback who is, he's actually pretty quick. I don't think that's his problem, but
he's accurate too. That one year that he played in Philadelphia, predominantly in Philadelphia, he have like 20 plus touchdowns and only 4 interceptions.
Foles? Are you talking about Foles?
Yes,
27 and 2. It was 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. That was Tom Brady numbers. Last year, Tom Brady, I think, was at like 34 and 2 or 34 and 4, something like that. But that's Tom Brady numbers, man. I don't know how that. He's not bad. At the end of the day, he's not bad. He threw 7 touchdowns in one fucking game.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Yeah. 7 touchdowns in a game is. Like you have to be good enough to fuck, and like you're saying, he's got a good team, man. He's got a plethora of running backs. They didn't run well against Atlanta last week. On that note, fucking Ajayi hasn't, as I was saying, the dude's trying to break the fucking big play all the time, man. He has 15 carries for 54. Kind of is what it is, man. And then Blount 9 carries for 19 yards against Atlanta.
They got that guy Clement though. Back in week 1, they were using Clement, and when they had Sproles, Blount, and Clement was still the guy that they were using.
Clement's good
around like the 20-yard line. Yeah. They always get Blount in if they're down inside like the 5.
Yeah.
That big dude's just that's the guy to give it to for sure. But if they're in like anywhere on the other side of the 50, they seem like they're trying to give it to Clement. especially these days, because Ajayi, like you were saying, man, there's only like 3 yards to get there. Ajayi don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
he doesn't know how to get 3 yards.
I know. He's
trying to bust it out.
Ajayi
every
thinks
time.
he's Reggie Bush. Motherfucker's a 240-pound Reggie Bush. Not quite as fast either.
Oh, man. No,
But
he's
yeah.
not touching that Reggie Bush quickness.
No, he's not touching that Reggie Bush quickness. Really, at the end of the day, if you look at their statistics, they move the ball around pretty well on offense. 23 completions for Foles, 246, no scores, but no receiver more than 4 grabs. So, I mean, 5. Actually, that's my bad. One has 5. But, he's moving the ball around quite a bit. They didn't run the ball terribly well. Like I'm saying, 15 carries for 54. For Ajayi, Aguilar has 20 yards off reverses. I mean, they have one play for 21 yards. You take that away. I mean, that's not. I mean, they didn't run the ball well. Like I say, in Blunt,
8 of his completions to Clement and Ajayi were to running backs.
Yeah,
they're really playing to full strengths there.
Yeah, no, you're right there. It's really just an accuracy game, and at that, he's not bad at that. He did fumble twice. Didn't lose either of those fumbles. I just saw that. Ajayi lost a fumble and Brahman lost a fumble. How many sacks do they get on these fucking cocksuckers, huh? I don't even know. A few. What? I see 1, 2, 3. And just 3 sacks. Yeah, no turnovers. Honestly, they were lucky to get out of that Atlanta game. Atlanta, in my opinion, if you're talking about Nick Foles, they're a better team than Philadelphia. I picked Atlanta to win that game. I think that they were a better team. I'm surprised they didn't win the game. But that is the fucking case. How about you? Who did you take?
I thought that the Eagles were going to win that game, man. Yeah, my heart was with Philly. I was a Philly native that day.
Bro. Well, they have a cracked bell. Anyways. All right, man. We got one more game from last week to talk about. Let's get into it.
Patriots and Titans.
Yeah, everybody's favorite team, the New England Patriots, at home, taking on everybody's second favorite team, the Tennessee Titans.
It seemed like a classic Patriots game.
Yes,
taking up the field at ease. There wasn't much resistance outside. I mean, the first quarter seemed all right. I mean, didn't score nothing in the first quarter. It was 7-0 Tennessee
7-0.
at the end of the first.
Mm-hmm. Corey Davis with that touchdown catch. I was on Reddit yesterday, and I saw a post that somebody had, and it had like the ESPN VPI or whatever, who does like the chances to win type thing, and the man on ESPN and shit. They had this New England Patriots postseason run as the easiest postseason run for any team of all time since they started tracking it.
Of course it is.
Yeah, with
It's
Tennessee and Jacksonville. Well, no, they only played 2 games. One of them was Tennessee and one of them was Jacksonville.
Right.
And so, and then they're in the Super Bowl.
And that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Of course it is. The Patriots would be the team to get the easiest path of all time.
They would be.
They just they might have sold their soul to the NFL devil.
They could have, man.
And just said, all right, let us into the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah.
And we'll suck at it.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing something, man. Bill Belichick. What do you think about that? Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady versus Robert Kraft. What you think?
Man, bunch of rich white dudes getting mad at each other over some little shit.
Yeah, so are they getting mad at each other? What's going on? That's what I mean.
I don't know. I haven't heard enough about this situation, man. I haven't talked to the guys myself.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I talked to Robert Kraft.
I've been sending a lot of texts out, but I haven't been getting a lot back. But I understand what you're saying. I haven't either, man. To me, at the end of the day, though, at least Brady and Belichick, they're about winning, right? I don't know what Kraft is about either. But to me,
Kraft just seems to be along for the ride, having a good time.
Yeah, I agree. He's more of like he's the owner of the team. He has different agenda. Yeah. But like Brady and Belichick's agenda, I think at this point is really nothing but winning. Like I think if they don't, I think they're going to coexist plenty fun.
I agree, man. And the way that Brady plays his game, it doesn't require much physical movement.
Well,
he doesn't move his feet
too,
much.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. He can play for another 3 years, I think. The way that he plays the game, he hasn't slowed down a bit. He's about to probably win his, I think it's his 3rd MVP of the NFL.
That's surprising. That's it.
I agree.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy because
he's only had 3 of those seasons. I feel like it's every year.
So Matt Ryan got the MVP last year, right?
He did.
So Tom Brady that was his 34-4 year. I mean, that Tom Brady was the MVP last year. It wasn't Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had Julio Jones. He had Devonta Freeman. He had Tevin Coleman. He had Sanu. He had
Tom Brady is doing this with a bunch of
yeah.
like 6
Put Tom
foot
Brady,
two, like Mike Hogan, or whatever the hell Hogan's name.
Put
is.
Tom Brady in Atlanta with Kyle Shanahan and all that in a dome, and tell me how Tom Brady does.
Chris Hogan.
Chris
I
Hogan.
know. Get him out of New England. Let him go play in a dome, like you're saying. Play with some weapons around him.
Oh yeah, Julio.
Oh my God.
Remember how he was with El Randy Moss?
Ah,
And that shit. Even
that
like
was
he
the
makes
50 year.
He makes it was his 50 TD year. He makes motherfuckers like Wes Welker and Amendola. Amendola
Look like some of the greatest.
If Amendola played for them for 10 years, he'd go to the Hall of Fame. Dog, he'd be in the Hall of Fame if he played for the Patriots for 10 years.
Yeah.
Welker too. Welker, if he never would have went to Denver, he was even good in Denver. But if he never would have left, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. Like, we're not even talking about, like, it's ridiculous. He makes me and my uncle look real good. Brady's a motherfucking beast.
Man, he might be the cheat code. Man, that even makes you question, how good is Gronk?
I think Gronk.
I think he's really good.
I think he's the best of all time.
I think he's really good.
Okay, you're right.
Just exactly what you just said. He's a white guy playing with Tom Brady.
Well, he's 6'7", 260, and he's fast.
Man,
and
what if
jump.
He's not very fast, and Tom Brady makes him look fast with these precise passes?
Maybe that's not impossible. What if
I don't think
you're
that's
right?
the
What if
case.
he played for the
I don't
Browns?
think that's
Even that though. What if he did play for the Browns? I think the Browns would be a lot better. I bet the Browns would win at least 1 or 2 games if they had.
This is the point. A good point that you made just the other day. Jordy Nelson. That's someone that for a long time was regarded as one of the better receivers in the league.
He was not on Gronk's level though. Gronk is regarded as like the greatest of all time.
But you minus out Aaron Rodgers on that level, and Jordy Nelson disappears.
I agree. Yeah,
he disappears.
Didn't he average like 15 yards a game?
I don't know.
He averaged
It was not very good. That's what I know. It wasn't very good. Man, you take those legendary quarterbacks away, and these athletes don't look as good.
I agree. It depends where you put him. You put him in Cleveland, Jordy Nelson, or Green Bay. You put him in Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson's terrible. Gronk, I don't think Gronk has it. Gronk's unguardable.
No,
he's too big.
He'd be a security blanket for anyone.
Yeah.
Put him in Tennessee, and the Titans are unstoppable.
I agree. You put him in Green Bay this year.
Oh God.
They would have won at least one game that they would have been in the playoffs because they would have won at least one game that they lost with Hundley because he's going to get you 2 touchdowns if you need them, or 1, or you know what I mean. He's going to get you 80 yards or 10 catches, or he's just like a guy, and he'll get hurt maybe. I mean that's obviously Gronk's thing, but dude, he's one of the best of all time. And Jordy, physically, is not one of the best of all time. He's
agreed.
He statistically is up there, but he's physically there are worse. Sanu. You'd probably take Sanu over Jordy Nelson.
Physically.
Yeah, just the guy himself, and then be like, put Sanu in Green Bay. Ooh, I mean, that motherfucker might be a beast, right?
Yeah. Might gain some yards.
Yeah, he might. But yeah, I mean, we didn't even really talk about this game. Again, 35-14, New England up 21-7 at halftime. It's not even really a close game. 31 first downs for the Patriots, 15 for Tennessee, 438 yards for the Patriots, 267 for Tennessee. No turnovers in the entire game.
0 sacks for Tennessee the entire game.
Yeah,
that's not the way to beat Tom Brady. You have to
course.
use some pressure.
How about rushing yards? Henry, 28 yards. That was one of the things, like I said, I wanted 35 carries and sack. I need, what did I say, 3 sacks?
3 sacks.
And 35 carries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have to carry the rock.
He had 12 carries for 28 yards. Mariota had 37 yards. You know what I mean? Not a whole lot going on. Eric Decker with 85. Good for him, dude.
Yeah.
All-white team, Eric Decker there. 2 touchdowns for Corey Davis. I mean, that's okay, I guess. But, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just a very small, bright spot. 35 points. Patriots looked like they weren't even trying at the end. Tom Brady, 337 yards and 3 touchdowns. He didn't happen to throw any interceptions, by the way. Surprise. On that one. Amendola, Hall of Famer, like I was saying. 11 grabs for 112. Gronkowski, 6 grabs, 81 and a score. Dion Lewis, 9 grabs and 79 out of the backfield to go along with 62 rushing.
Yeah, it turns into the classic Patriots game where it almost turns hard to give credit anywhere because they just dominate every aspect of the game.
I will say that. So Lewis is a beast. You put Lewis in Cleveland, nothing's happening. Gronk, put him in Cleveland, they're good. They're not good. They're better. You put Amendola in Cleveland.
They win at least 2 games
yes,
here.
Yes. He wins